Hello everyone, Ray Pedras on the McAllen Cable Network here at McAllen's new water reservoir in South McAllen, south of the McAllen International Airport. Nice facility. I'm being joined today by Roy Rodriguez. He's a general manager at McAllen Public Utility, and today we're talking about concerns over water, right? We are in stage 1 water alert, which is voluntary conservation, but perhaps in the future we could go to level 2, and why is that?
That's right, Ray. The Public Utility Board met a couple of weeks ago, and on a monthly basis we actually report reservoir levels to them, because obviously it's very important to our operation and to the growth of our city of McAllen. And lately it's become very, very important because it has continued to drop. And as part of our conservation plan, our plan requires us to evaluate the situation basically when we're approaching 40% of total conservation levels. And we're very close to that. We're at about 43%.
Now when you say 43%, you're referring to Amistad and Falcon Dam combined?
That's correct. The way that the network works is that Falcon and Amistad are measured as one system.
Okay.
And when that system gets to somewhere close to 40%, we evaluate the situation and decide what means we need to take in order to ensure that we are being prudent about conservation and the use of water. So basically what we're doing now is that we're going to try to send out as much information and education to our citizens in McAllen and ensure that we provide them with information that will allow them to understand, one, where the levels are of the reservoirs, and two, what stage 2 means. It's a big step to go to stage 2, so we want to make sure that we do it in a way that we don't surprise anyone.
All right, let's talk about phase 2, because that would be, we'd get 2 watering days and the city's divided into 6 zones. Could you expand on that a little bit?
That's correct. We've got 6 zones basically that divides up the city, and we have flyers, we've got little magnets for your refrigerator and so on that has that information. And what it does is that you will have 2 designated days, depending on where you live, to water. And not only do you have those 2 days, but it has to be at a specific time. For example, from 6 p.m. to about 10 a.m. the next day. And so it's very important that our citizens know that and understand that. There are other requirements that come about with stage 2. And like I said, we're going to be putting that information out for them.
All right, and of course this is always on the City of McAllen's website. They can go to mcallen.net/MPU and click on the Conservation tab, and it's all right there. Very easy to get that information. We were just at Falcon Dam a few days ago, and the water levels there have dropped dramatically, 25% at Falcon. And just in 2010, it was at a record almost 310 feet, and now it's down to like 263 or so.
Right.
It's just amazing to see that difference, right?
Well, the truth of the matter is that, you know, we call this beautiful region of Texas the Rio Grande Valley, but it is an arid area of the state, and drought is going to happen. We know that drought here in South Texas is cyclical. 6, 7, 8 years, you know, any given time between those years, you're gonna have a drought. And the truth of the matter is that the last time that we were on stage 2 was 2004. So it's been 8 years plus since we were in stage 2. So it doesn't surprise us. It's obviously something that we'd rather not do, but it's our duty to ensure that we are doing everything that we can to conserve this precious commodity, and that's water.
All right, and if anybody out there is asking, what are we looking at alternate means of a water source rather than the reservoirs?
Absolutely. The Public Utility Board, the last many years, probably the last 6 or 7 years, has actively pursued alternative water sources. We are almost finished with a groundwater well at the South Water Treatment Plant that will provide us about 1.5 million gallons of water per day of groundwater. We are in the process of redesigning our South Wastewater Treatment Plant in order to be able to increase our capacity for treated wastewater. And what we're going to have to do is basically change the way we disinfect the wastewater and many other improvements there at the South Wastewater Treatment Plant. So that's another alternative. In probably I would call the midterm, we're going to be looking at doing something similar at the north plant, and that is to introduce groundwater as brackish water. That may or may not be the same type of water that we have in the south, but what that means is that it's possible that we're going to be looking at reverse osmosis someday in the future, and we have to. Water and a water portfolio is not any different than a financial portfolio. You're told to diversify your portfolio in order for you to be able to handle the ups and downs of any one type of commodity. Same thing with water. You have to be able to have enough alternatives so that one doesn't completely take you out of business.
All right, because you're not only dealing with drought, you're also dealing with population growth. This region continues to grow in population.
Yeah, you know, we keep hearing about Texas in general continues to see population growth, both by migration and just new births in the state. Well, that's especially true down here, and that's probably going to continue for the foreseeable future. So we've got both things having to deal with, and we got to plan way in advance for it.
Okay, so bottom line, City of McAllen could possibly go to stage 2 by the end of this year, probably maybe next year, but we'll keep everybody posted in their water bills and on the web and on our social media, right?
Right. The board absolutely said for 60 days we need to start putting education out there and monitor this situation. So our best guess right now is that the end of this year, possibly the beginning of 2013, we're looking at possibly going to stage 2. Now, that is if all things remain as they are today. Mm-hmm. It has been very, very dry. We've gotten a little relief lately, but if that trend continues, those reservoirs will continue to drop. And luckily we have a very good system of network of the Amistad and Falcon reservoirs that the Rio Grande Water Master oversees, and it basically ensures that cities don't, quote unquote, run out of water. There's thresholds that once the reservoirs get there, they start reducing certain types of water, irrigation for crops and so on, which is important. I mean, it's obviously important, but we are what's called the top tier for water delivery. Cities basically are guaranteed the water that they either own or contract to get that water.
Very good. We have all of this information available electronically. If somebody just wants a good old-fashioned phone call to ask questions, where do they call?
Well, they can call our main number at 681-1600, okay, or they can call my office at 681-1630. This is a very, very important topic. We're hopeful that things turn around this fall and we start getting some rainfall maybe in the spring, but we're also being realistic, and so we're trying to prepare for what we may have to do here in the near future.
Very good. Anything we're leaving out?
No, we welcome our citizens to give us a call and go to our website.
Very good. Roy Rodriguez, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and as always, we thank you for watching. I'm Ray Pedraza, and this is the McAllen Cable Network.